Hi YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere, it's Mark with GeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another video. This morning, a shave with the RazoRock double-edged short-handled safety razor with the Mission Razor head. Now, they sold this in two versions, a short-handled version and their standard length version. These are both stainless steel handles with their Mission Razor head. I don't know if they make the short-handled razor anymore, but they certainly make this standard length handle in stainless steel with the Mission Razor head, and it retails for about 15 bucks. You add in shipping, you're looking at maybe $20, $22 to get it to you, something like that. They claim that the razor is a very comfortable and smooth shave. I found it to be a little more on the aggressive side. For me, that's for me. You might find it to be an absolutely wonderful razor. Now, it is a three-piece razor. It comes with a stainless steel handle, as I say, and a base plate and a cap. We're also going to use a Vikings blade, mild razor blade. Now, because I think that this razor is a little bit on the aggressive side, I want to go with this because this is very sharp, very, very smooth, and it's rated as being mild, so I'm going to try to offset the aggression of the razor a little bit with this blade here. I'm also going to be using the RazoRock Chrome Synthetic Shaving Brush. We're going to be using Colonel Conk's Lime Shaving Soap, Glycerin Lime Shaving Soap. Boy, I used that in another shave the other day, and it was absolutely wonderful. Like it a lot. Going to finish up with Parasso Aftershave Splash and Parasso Aftershave Balm. So, let's get right to it, and let's get this blade open up here. I don't know if they make the short-handled version anymore. I think I may have mentioned that. But you might want to look around. You might even want to ask them at ItalianBarber.com. They might be receptive to those kinds of requests. They are very receptive to those kinds of requests. Now I'm just checking the alignment of the blade here to make sure that everything is good. And it looks like it is. Yeah, the razor head is, I would say it's precise, but you might have to nudge it here and there a little bit. But this seems to be right on the money. Nice and straight. That's great, that's great. Okay, we have Colonel Conk's in a wooden bowl. I melted and molded it to this wooden bowl. If you haven't seen my video on that, check that out. It's really easy to do. So we're just going to pour that off hot water, and we're going to go ahead and wet the face and get the shave going. The one thing I learned from my last shave with the Colonel Conk's is that you're going to need a little more water. So I'm just going to take this brush, the RazoRock brush, I'm going to squeeze out a little bit, but I'm going to leave a lot of water in there, and I'm going to start to generate a lather because it really needs a little more water. When you start lathering on the face, you'll have to add a little water, so add a little bit in the beginning. You'll find the correct ratio, so to speak, the more you use it. But I love this lime scent. It definitely is a citrus note, and it is very, very fresh. Now, it is getting a little bit sloppy here because of the extra water, but you do it over the sink, you'll be fine. All right, that's enough. That seems to be enough. I'm going to rinse my hand off there. And here we go. I'll build a lather. And it lathers up really, really quickly. It seems I have the correct amount of water there. Yeah, it does get a little sloppy, but when you go to lather on your face, you have a more, it's not on the dry side, it's more on the moist side, which is nice. And if it is a little bit on the dry side, you dip your brush into the sink, get a little more water, and just keep going. Nice, very nice. Okay, that's that. So, here we go. This is the short-handled version. And we're going to heat up both sides with hot water. So it's not a cold blade on my face. And then we're going to swirl in the warm water, and that brings it to the right temperature for me. All right, here we go. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Well, that's very nice. That really is nice. So far, early on here, I think the Vikings blade, razor blade, is making a big difference. Because as I recall, this was really much more aggressive. It's nice. The stainless steel handle has a nice feel to it. Nice weight. The other version is obviously going to be a little bit heavier because it's a little bit longer. So it depends on which one you prefer. Like again, I'm glad I grabbed one of these because I like the length of the handle. Key to using this razor, the Mission Head razor, light touch. Really lighten up and you'll get some nice performance from it. So let's rinse. That's the first pass down. Well, okay, that was a good first pass. Knocked down the beard. Other razors probably give me a little bit better of a first pass, but you know what? It's the first pass. You really can't say one way or the other because you know, you're knocking the beard down gradually. But that was a good first pass. It was comfortable, definitely smooth, definitely comfortable. I think that if you really want to up your game with this razor, you could put in something, a blade that's a little more aggressive, like maybe a feather, wow, or an Astra, something along those lines. I tend to gravitate towards blades that are sharp, smooth, I guess you could say mild, although smooth and mild might be the same thing. So that's why I like the Vikings blade. I like the Persona Blue. The Dorco Standard razor blades are like that too. They have a mild quality to them. The Dorco Prime are a little bit, well, I don't know if they're a little more aggressive, but they are a little bit sharper. They're thinner. I think that's the difference. They're thinner. All right. Okay, so this is pass number 2. We're going to go east to west across the grain. All right, that's the second pass down. Let's rinse. Well, wow, I'm very impressed. That second pass was stellar. Really, really nice. I'm ready for the office, really. I've noticed that the Vikings blade, razor blade, really, really helps. But also lighten up on the touch, slow down a little bit, and you'll be fine with this razor, really. It could be that my technique is improved. It could be, I don't know, it could be any number of different reasons. I don't know, but I'm getting so far, I'm getting a very nice shave with this. We're gonna go ahead, load the brush up a little bit, get a little more water, and we're gonna get a third pass here and see how close we can get. Again, I'm gonna lighten up on the touch. That's the whole key to shaving with a double-edged razor. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. And this Knurled conchs, I really like a lot. However, it needs water. It really does. Otherwise, it'll start to get a little dry. If you have enough water in there, you'll be fine. But boy, I love the lime scent, and it's so affordable. 3 pucks for $11 on Amazon. Let me get that off of there. I got a big nose. That's just so nice. All right, that's wonderful. Okay, so third pass, we're gonna go south to north against the grain. All right, that's it. Let's rinse. Okay, I'm gonna do my final 2 rinses, one warm, one cold, right from the tap. Just drain the sink a little bit here. Okay, here's my warm water rinse. And again, just like a previous shave I had with Knurled conchs, there is a lot of slickness with Knurled conchs, and it takes a little bit to rinse it all off, which is a good thing because it gives you a lot of glide. All right, let's go with the cold water. Ooh, that's good and cold. All right, I got a nice fresh towel waiting for me here. Very nice. Well, that was a very comfortable shave. It really was. However, I was a little more conscious of lightening up on that razor because my past experience has been that it's been rather aggressive. So I really did lighten up a little more so, and I think using the Vikings blade, razor blade, also really, really helped perhaps take it down a notch in its aggression. I could be wrong. It could be also that since I've used that razor, maybe a year or so, that my technique is improved, my skin is adapted more, that sort of thing. Okay, a little bit of Parasso here. This will tell me if I get more of a zing or a sting. And you know, when I've had really aggressive shaves, overly aggressive, the Paraso, or even Knurled, that sort of thing. It'll kick in. It'll start to really kick in, and you can feel it because the razor got really close. I mean, you know, not to the point of irritating the skin, but just to the point where, oh yeah, maybe that was a little too close for me. And really, I've got some nice refreshing toning going on here, and I don't have any of that, I guess you would call it stinging. It's really very, very nice. It's toning the skin. I feel the menthol just really waking things up. And yeah, it's a nice, invigorating feeling. It's not at all heavy-handed or stinging. It's just really nice. Aromatic, if I could use that word, although that's not exactly the word I'm looking for. It's just livening things up. It's really nice, very, very nice. Okay, so it doesn't indicate an overly aggressive shave at all, where I'm going to have irritation or anything like that. It's not. So we're going to have some Paraso aftershave balm. Still cold outside. And here we go. Okay, I'm gonna get a little more here. Use it upstairs. Great shave. Really, I'm really very surprised by this, because I thought for sure I was going to have an overly aggressive shave, something that was going to really just put me in a situation where tomorrow's shave I wouldn't be able to use this because it would be overly aggressive. No, this was really nice. This was close. This was smooth. This was comfortable. Really very nice. However, three things I did. I used Colonel Conks, and I think that added extra glide to the shave. Really a very good shaving soap. Glycerin-based shaving soap gives you a lot of nice glide. I believe it has some aloe vera in there as well for skin conditioning. I like it a lot. Affordable. It's my last puck. I'm getting some more. The other thing that I think that helped was the Vikings Blade razor blade. They're sharp, they're mild, they're smooth. In the previous shaves I've had with this razor, I didn't have that blade. That blade was not on the market yet. Now that it is, that's probably the blade I'm going to use in this razor head for sure, because that really takes it down a notch. If you have a tougher beard or your skin is a little more demanding with this Mission razor head, you'll probably want to maybe get a more aggressive razor blade, something that's on the sharper side for you. For me, this one works. And I think also the third ingredient in the formula that made it so it's a nice shave was the fact that I really lightened up on my touch here, and I let the razor do the work. I let the weight of the razor do the work, which is why I think you'll get an equally good shave with the standard length handle of the RazoRock Mission Head razor, because there's that added weight to it as well. So you'll probably have a better shave than the short-handled one because of the added weight here. That's just a guess on my part. Again, I've mentioned it before during this video. I don't know if they make the short-handled razor anymore. You might want to send in an inquiry or do a search. I did a search earlier before this video. I couldn't find it. I did find the standard length razor with the Mission Head, stainless steel handle, for about, I think, like I say, about $14.99, 15 bucks, something like that. Shipping will probably be in the area of 20 to 25, depending on where you live and how they ship, that sort of thing. Just a guess on my part. Anyhow, that's the shave. It was really nice. RazoRock stainless steel handle with the Mission Razor head. I really enjoyed the shave this morning. Again, those three aspects that I paid attention to, which were blade, touch, and the soap, really helped. So that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog for my comic strip George, other cartoons, other videos like this. And I'll see you again real soon.